Okay, I have arrived at my new destination. I've actually been here since the 6th. Oh my gosh, has it been that long? Well, the move was so difficult. I had to go 400 miles with not only a U-Haul truck, but towing my car behind it. I was a tad stressed about that, more than a tad. Um, just full disclosure, I have PTSD and I kind of lost my shit getting through all that, driving around. Fortunately, most of it was highway, um, maybe not big highways, but at least state highways. So anyway, and when I got here, getting settled in, the people that I hired to unload my truck, they blocked all of my closets, partially blocked my path to the bathroom. I use a walker. They saw me using a walker. They saw. Anyway, so I've been trying to get settled in. Taken a lot longer than I thought, obviously. I haven't even realized it's been 2 weeks. So, but anyway, I also started my herbology class, my apprenticeship. And one of the first things that I've done, besides trying to catch up, was I was doing a daily nettle infusion. Uh, and it definitely has a diuretic effect, although stress eating, I've been eating kind of poorly, and that's caused a little edema. Very drying. I didn't notice it at first, but after several days, I started getting a little too dry. So now I'm going to be doing an oat straw infusion this week for the class agenda, and that's supposed to be more soothing and moistening, not so dehydrating. But the biggest thing I'm noticing, and I'm trying to figure out what's causing this, is I would have occasional episodes when I was in my previous situation where my blood pressure would really be within normal range, fairly normal, especially for me. In the morning, I'm typically looking at like 190, sometimes over 200, over 90, sometimes over 100 as my typical morning blood pressure, or if I'm going to the doctor. I definitely have what we call white coat syndrome, where I get really stressed going to the doctors. And this week, and it's not that I don't have stresses here. I mean, it's HUD housing. Those of you who have been in government and HUD housing know of what I speak. You're surrounded by, there are always some bad apples, noise. I have a huge picture window, and people keep walking by right in front of it, sometimes playing loud music. And I had to say, hey, I'm in a class here. I can't hear my class. But things like that, and the rules and the stupidity. I mean, I'm sorry, but HUD is stupid and they treat you like children. So that causes some stress. But my blood pressure for several days, probably almost a week now, has been stabilizing in the 140s to 70s range. And even this morning, I just took my blood pressure. Morning is when it's worst. It was 133 over 71. And I'm like, what the hell is doing this? Um, Something else I've recently started is a supplement called nattokinase, which I understand is common in Asia for that they use for high blood pressure. But I've been on that a little while, and I've taken lion's mane mushroom powder before in a different, like in a combined herbology and astrology class. That was one of their herbs of the month, and had some sporadic success with bringing my blood pressure down with that, but I haven't been taking that. And certainly moving into a much less stressful situation. My previous trailer, private landlord, First of all, the trailer had electrical problems, and I was afraid of burning up in a fire. Outlets kept burning out. I had extension cords all over the trailer. I had a landlord that was trying to extort me for more money. There was the only heat in the trailer was one little gas wall unit. Um, and then, but even at first, I was running space heaters because he wanted a huge, like $500 deposit for the gas. But the electrical couldn't handle the space heaters and they were costing me a fortune. So he ended up turning on the gas. Like I thought, oh, he's being so nice, He's like, "Yeah, I'll turn it on. We'll see what it costs, But a month later, and he's trying to extort me for an extra $300 a month for one little propane wall unit, and no documentation, just trying to extort me and get $300 more a month out of me, and refused to come turn it off because I was like, well, just turn it off anyway. Boy, you can see why my blood pressure was so high in the last place. Among the physical problems, the emotional and the stress, and just there's so much with the neighbors and everything. But being in a much better situation. I love my new apartment. I'm right on the corner, first floor. It's a handicapped apartment. It's got a huge picture window, almost as big as a sliding glass door. I can be comfortable. I was hot in the summer, cold in the winter in the trailer, and had a huge electric bill, all my utilities included. Just a huge shower I can get in and out of because in the trailer, it had one of those glass doors and the toilet was right in front of it. And I had to use a step stool to get in, couldn't fit a shower bench in there. And, I'm a big girl. Those of you who are big girls, sometimes your back starts hurting if you stand or walk too long because your belly's so big, the strain. I have a huge I have a shelf, a walk-in shower with bars and everything. And I can put I have a stool in there now. So I can take a shower so easily, although I haven't today. But anyway, a lot of stress reduction there and natural things. The nattokinase, but I've been doing that a little while. I'm on losartan and Norvasc. So I've decided that next week, and I am a trained healthcare professional. I was an RN for over 25 years. Of course, let me give a disclaimer. Don't make any changes to your routine without consulting your physician. But next week, and they do recommend weaning off calcium channel blockers, which Norvasc is. I just have the one dosage, but I'm going to set it up in my pill box every other day and just see what happens. I am a human guinea pig. So to see if this continues to be working, to be stabilizing. I am doing an oat straw infusion this week for my class. So like I said, we'll see how that works. Also, I haven't been taking my lion's mane powder, which seemed to be effective and calming. So I'm going to start integrating that again and see what happens with my blood pressure. But that is a big goal of mine, to work off the blood pressure medications. I've already stopped taking diabetic medications, and I wasn't on insulin because I am convinced that diabetes is reversible, despite what healthcare people say, because this comes from up above. Oh, you can't get rid of it because they want you to keep buying into all the costs of diabetes. But anyway, and I have gotten my A1C down to 6.1 by diet alone, not with meds. Now, to be fair, I didn't have severe diabetes to begin with, and I've never been on insulin, knock on wood. So, but getting back to blood pressure, also getting good sleep. I haven't been using my CPAP because I was diagnosed with sleep apnea. I do have it by the couch. I'm sleeping on the couch. I don't have a bed yet. But I have been noticing I'm sleeping through the night. I'm having a lot more dreaming. I seem to be getting better sleep. So that could be definitely a factor in lowering blood pressure. Overall, bringing down the stress of getting out of that horrible living situation has really helped, I think, with my blood pressure. But this goes beyond that. When you go from 190s over 100 or 90 or 100 to 130s over 70s in a couple of weeks, something's going on, you know, and not changing my prescribed meds of losartan and Norvasc. So, yeah. So I've been doing the nettle infusion. I am gonna continue that down the road because it's a great, as my instructor put it, it's a great multivitamin for your body. It's a good herb, just as a tonic to take daily. Plus, it kind of weans me off diet pop if I'm sipping a mason jar of nettle tincture all morning. One of my big addictions. Not a good thing, especially the caffeine in that Diet Mountain Dew. So I am weaning off to like diet ginger ale with no caffeine. Caffeine is a huge contributor to high blood pressure. I know this. But I was even getting some success while I was drinking Diet Mountain Dew with bringing down my blood pressure. So it's probably a combination of a lot of factors. But so oat straw tincture this week. Need to get that lion's mane in. And also, I had been watching some videos where nutritional yeast is supposed to be helpful for sleep apnea. I need to start doing that again. I have some on hand. I usually sprinkle it on my salads because I try to do some spinach and arugula, and I'm going to grow some. But try to do that with lean protein, trying to do the low carb, not no carb, not dirty keto, just eating natural foods from the ground and not processed. And we'll see what happens. So, like I said, I'm a human guinea pig. Here comes the mail. I'm expecting a refund from my electric down payment. Whew, I need it. And I can buy a bed. So anyway, we'll see what happens this week with the all the things I'm doing and how to fix my blood pressure and hopefully start noticing some changes in other things and how I feel. Definitely sleeping better and definitely have lower blood pressure. So that's it for today. I will see you next time. Eventually, I want to develop a regular schedule, but right now things are still pretty haphazard. All right. Thank you so much. Nobody will probably even watch this, but hey, who cares? It's my video diary. All right. Take care. Bye bye. And consult your doctor before you do anything. All right. And I have to figure out how to end the recording. Oh, there we go. I'm still learning how to do this on Zoom. Bye bye.